Aloha, welcome to another edition of the Moleskine blog show. Dude, I really need a title for this damn thing.
It's all good.
It's actually in My Skine as the name of the blog because it's what's inside My Skine, but I don't know. I need a name of the show. I think I need to bust out my Moleskine and write down some ideas until I pick one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Doc Rock. You can find me on Twitter that way.
I'm Philip.
My homeboy Philip. Hey, so last time we were talking about free writing, and I mentioned I had just got this, LiveScribe tool, and I wanted to explain what this guy is. So this is the craziest thing. I love writing in my notebook, and these guys do make notebooks that are not quite Moleskine. So this is my begging. Moleskine, LiveScribe, get together and make the LiveScribe paper in a Moleskine formatted notebook, and then we'd have Nirvana. Have you ever seen a LiveScribe pen?
No, I've not.
Okay, let me show you this guy. All this is a pen with a microphone and a speaker.
Interesting.
Now this sounds pretty stupid at first, okay? So what you do is you start writing your notes. So you go ahead and press record, and then you start writing your notes. So you can, I'm gonna write hello world, because that's like the, typical demonstration piece is writing hello world. And then I can remind myself that, I need to write 3 paragraphs about this, free writing session starting now, let's pay attention to the clock and go. And as I'm writing, I can just speak out loud. And as I'm speaking out loud, I can put, master point number 1, and I can go blase, blase, blah. I can jump over here to master point number 2, and I can speak about that. And, somewhere between this, I decide there should have been a point 1.5. So I go back and circle that, write some stuff next to it. Once it's all done, you just press stop. Okay. So that's nothing cool, right?
Except the pen makes noise.
The pen makes noise.
Yeah.
Until I go and press my notes.
So you can, I'm going to write hello world, because that's like the, typical demonstration piece. Here to master point number 2, and I can speak,
That's pretty crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
So wherever I tap, it jumps around. And some stuff that I wrote earlier,
jump over here to master point number 2,
wait,
and I can speak about that.
it can remember,
Somewhere between this, I decide there should have been a point.
okay? I can go back to old notes, because it knows where I am on the page. And then you can sort of jump around.
You start writing your,
You can go back to the beginning.
your notes.
You can stop. But it also has a neat ability to translate words. I can record a new session. I can go basically in here and delete things. You can make it password protected so nobody can know your notes. Now, here's the crazy part about this. All of what I wrote, there's a little camera in there hiding in the bottom. So as I'm writing, it's scanning all of this stuff.
Okay.
I can plug this guy into a computer, and it will give me a PDF of this exact, what I wrote. So you ever wish you could write stuff down and turn it into the computer?
Yeah.
This guy can do it.
That's
It's
awesome.
so super, super crazy. It has like a calculator built in. If I go in here to the little navigation session thing, it has all kind of craziness.
So every single page has that little thing on the bottom.
Every single page has this little thing on the bottom.
Okay.
And then,
Replay, piano,
I don't know what the piano's for,
translator demo,
but translator demo, let's go into that.
Spanish,
And let's pick Spanish. And then I'll write H-E-L-L-O.
hola,
Nice.
Right? Is that cool?
café,
Cafe. If I write coffee, it tells me cafe.
Okay.
If I write it in I can even do Mandarin, it can do Japanese. So this will be cool on vacation because you write what you want and the pen will be able to say to the person whatever you're asking for. This is called a LiveScribe Echo. I heard about this because a lot of the nerd world, they're all raving about how cool this pen is. And I'm like, what's so special about a pen with a camera? After I play with it, this is ridiculous. This thing is so ridiculous.
Cool.
So you can make a movie of what you write here and turn it into a pen cast. Okay. So I was going to attempt to explain to people sort of what what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to explain to people what mind mapping is, but at this point, I think that I can just pen cast it by writing my stuff down and then just, you know, sort of show people what's on there. You know?
Okay.
Pretty cool, right?
That is for a pen.
For a pen. Like I'm blown away by this. I was even messing with like the sections on their website. It will go as far as to it can read stuff, so they can send you papers with articles. So there could be a LiveScribe powered new magazine, and you touch on the bubble in the magazine, and it would tell you things. It would explain to you things. Yeah, this is the most incredible thing ever.
So how much does like one of those cost?
$160.
Okay.
Kind of expensive, but what the hell? I don't know how to press play. There we go. I'm still figuring this thing out, but relatively cool trick here. Stop. Anyway, that was my notes. That was my, oh, I know why. You're supposed to write over here too. You can jump to some position.
I can just speak out loud. And as I'm speaking out loud, I can put, you know, master point number 2. And I'm going to write hello world.
Isn't that cool?
That's like, you know.
You could also speed up and slow down the speed and stuff like that. So anyway, that's a LiveScribe pen. And so how's your writing going?
It's good. It's good. Every day, it's pretty much improving.
You want to help me write a book?
Sure, I will help you write a book.
Okay, I give 25,000 of my 50,000 words.
Yeah,
It's going to be interesting. Like, I really don't know what it's going to be like to try to write every single day for a month.
What is the topic about?
Really? It's about dudes going back to being dudes.
Okay.
Because somehow or another, like TV and society have turned us into a bunch of wussies. I won't say us, I mean y'all. I'm not one of them. I'm one of those original, the man's man. The original dude. Like, I don't know, dudes.
Okay.
Dudes aren't dudes anymore. I mean, they seem to be wrapped up in crazy stuff. So it's about sort of becoming a Renaissance man, opening doors, saying hi, saying thank you to everything, yes please, you know, being more of a gentleman, and not thinking that because you train MMA, like all of a sudden you're God's gift to womans. They don't want to see that noise. Half the people that are MMA can't actually fight. I mean, it's just the whole thing just got stupid. So that's sort of what it's about. It's kind of a comedy because as a DJ, like I watch dudes trying to mac on chicks, and it's horrible. It's painful. So, you know, a lot of it is like my memoirs of watching dudes strike out, and hopefully through other people's mistakes, you know, cats out there can learn something and might help them out with their game. That's sort of what it's about.
That's cool.
For now.
For now.
It could change at any given moment.
Exactly.
So what are you writing about now?
Just right now, I've just been projecting goals for the future. Like still doing my brain flush, but at the same time, just like writing about stuff that I'd like to achieve.
You know what I do for my goals in my notebook?
What do you do?
Okay, I normally write a month plan and then a 6-month plan, a year plan. I don't believe in that 5-year thing. That's sort of BS. I mean, it's nice to know where you want to go on a global scale, but if you're thinking that far in advance, you're just guessing. There's no way to know. So I like to be a little bit more concise. And basically what I do is I put down like the 6 things I need to get done that week. And I'll like sort of, you know, earmark that page or use a little flag, the post-it note flags. And I'll put down the 6 things I need to take care of. And I try to make it a point to refer to it about 6 times a day.
Okay.
So if I get stuck somewhere and I reach in the pocket to grab something, if I feel my notebook, I'll pull it out as a reminder that while I'm waiting for the person to go in the back and get me a size 12, I'll look at it real quick and I sort of refresh myself on my things I need to get done and the goals that I'm trying to achieve. You know, and I don't really call them goals anymore. I call them like self-promises. These are promises to myself. Because that way, no one likes breaking promises. You feel like a douchebag when you...
Especially when you break it to yourself.
When you break a promise to yourself, that is the ultimate douchebag. You know? So I don't want to be douchebag to myself. I don't want to be douchebag to anybody else, but yeah, you got to be yourself first, right? And then I think it's easier to care for and respect the next person if you have that care and respect for yourself.
Of course.
That might be a little highbrow at the moment, but that's just how I do it. Now, how often do you check your goals?
Once at the end of the night, actually.
Really? Every night?
Every night before I go to sleep.
Hey, that's good. Actually, that's a good way to do it, to write it down. You know, I haven't got into that habit. Have you heard before, like, it takes 21 days to make a habit, 45 to break one?
I've heard something quite similar.
Yeah, so if you're trying to develop a new habit,
Uh-huh.
you need to do it 21 days in a row, and then it's basically there.
Okay.
And if you're trying to break a habit, you need to not do it for like 45 days in a row. I have no freaking clue where these numbers came from, but I've heard it more than once from different people.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if they're just passing on the same BS
Yeah.
or if it's something to it.
True.
You know, I'm really sure you go look into that and find out. But I use it a lot, and it's been helpful to me. You know, so there you go.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to tell the people?
No.
Okay, I know that you're watching this now. For somehow or another, in the month of November, if you go to Barnes & Noble's, 20% off all Moleskine products.
Nice.
Let's go get some right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta get the small ones to put in my pocket like you.
Dude,
Yeah, man.
they just came out with a new calendar because I only got 2 months left on this guy, so I'm going to pick him up. But another good note on the calendar stuff, if you don't mind, wait about 2 weeks into January.
And they're gone.
They're like $10.
Nice.
They always go on sale. So you're going to lose, 14 days. But my desktop calendar, which is relatively expensive, is about $40, I believe. I picked it up for like $9, $9.99 right after Christmas. But thanks for watching again. I'm Doc.
I'm Philip.
Thank you so much. Aloha.